We've got a South Division matchup here in Season 24 of the Simulation Football League live on the Virtual Football Network. And we are inside Hornada del Muerto here in Albuquerque, New Mexico, where the Albuquerque Adams are going to take on the Houston Headhunters, both teams sitting at 1-0. Welcome inside the broadcast booth, everybody, alongside Anthony Ellison, Ron Haynes, Rochelle Colson, and the stats truck this evening, Commissioner Cameron Irvine back at SFL HQ. My name is Eric Vinson. Anthony, it's weird having a South Division matchup between these two teams, but both teams, they balled out in week one, and we're hoping to see a little bit more from both of them here tonight.
Absolutely, they balled out. I'm really excited because one team dominated on the ground while the other team did it in the air. Something has to give here, and we're going to see here early in the season. There's not a lot of tape on both teams, so this is still new to both, so this is going to be really exciting to watch.
And the visiting Headhunters will receive the opening kickoff. We've got an interesting offense, which we will cover here in just a minute. But for right now, Rob Ems is going to send the football down the field, and we are underway here in New Mexico. Out of the back of the end zone, out to the 20-yard line. And here we'll see John Lakeman, who came over from Charleston in the offseason, offensive rookie of the season in season 20.
And it was big relying on this running game, so let's see how they start out.
Offset back is going to be Josh Slapp. And he will get the pitch to start things off. Good spin move and a good open field tackle. Short gain of 1. We'll get a look at the Headhunters offense. Lakeman at quarterback. The Hall of Famer DR Sim switching to running back this season, along with Josh Slapp. Toriano Rivera and J.W. Doyle are the fullbacks. C.J. Parrish, Mike Say Green, and Greg Corky the wide receivers. Daisy Peace the tight end. And we will look at the offensive line following this play, as Lakeman will throw to start things on second down. Deep pass and incomplete, intended for Daisy Peace. Brings up third down. We've got Scott Calvin, Grit Gorski, Sarah Bergens, Kaney Cook, Barry Simeon, and D'Angelo De Jesus along the offensive line for the Headhunters.
And already we're setting up with a third down right here. You know, Albuquerque got exactly what they wanted. They want to see Jake Lakeman throw the football and see if he can get this first down in the air.
It's going to be a play action on 3rd and 9. Lakeman going to throw right at the sticks, and the catch is made. That is going to be a first down, courtesy of Greg Corky.
And you're starting to see this a lot in the league. This is a rollout here. It's to get yourself your quarterback options to throw the ball over the middle if they can, if not run the football right there. John will run the football when he needs to, but right there, nice little drag route over the middle for a first down.
Rewiden the formation. Parrish going in motion. Pitch play goes to Slapp once again. Spin move, and he breaks out of the defender this time. Good gain of 9, and we saw that a lot a week ago.
Yeah, we saw that for 178 yards on 31 carries. And the reason why, because we have the offensive line right here. We got the first round draft pick right here, Grit Golski on the left side. They just have a lot of brute up line. They're just pushing people. And you saw that on that play.
Opens up the playbook a little bit more when it's 2nd and short, and it's going to be another carry to the Hall of Famer, DR Sim, who does get the first down, and that'll move the change for the Headhunters. We'll look at the Adams defense here. Chris Porter, Leo Jefferson, Neil Rivers, and Joshua Williams along the front 4. Seth Berlin, Keenan Samuel, and William Patterson are the linebackers. Mar Bryant Jr. and Daniel Valentine the corners. TJ Frosty, Jack Napier, and Bryant James are the safeties. As Slapp goes back to work, and he will get a gain of 3 on first down.
And we saw it in the first game. They're not going to be shy about handing it off to Slapp. DR Sim moving over to the running back. They're not going to be afraid to hit. They carried the ball 57 times as a group last game. That's a lot. But Albuquerque, you have to stop the run and make them pass.
And they're stacking the box here. Lakeman, good clean pocket. He throws it to Mike St. Green, and that's going to be a fresh set of downs for the Headhunters.
And that right there, you have to stop that if you're Albuquerque. If you get them going in the passing game, and they already show you that they can run the football, that's where the problem's going to be at. That is a 2-person route You just have to defend that better. That safety that's playing in that middle, number 26 right there, has to get their hands on the ball. That was Daniel Valentine in the middle.
And great blitz pickup there as well. Kaney Cook along the tackle spot, and DR Sim coming out and laying a block as a running back. That allowed Lakeman to complete it over the middle, and they're into Albuquerque territory. Lakeman again. Again, good clean pocket, sets his feet and throws near the 20-yard line in the SFL red zone, and a catch by Daisy Peace.
And what a beautiful play right there. Recognizing Albuquerque was in some type of soft zone right there. They gave up a lot of yardage underneath. And you know what? As a quarterback, you got to recognize that. Take what they give you right there, first down, and you know what they're going to do. They're going to go back to that running game. You got to be ready for it.
Staying in the passing formation and the air attack. Lakeman going to air one towards the end zone and out of the reach of his intended receiver, second down.
So now this is when the offense needs to be creative. When you get closer to the red zone, it's always going to be in the favor of the defense because it's less yardage to cover right here. So let's see what Houston does right here. Albuquerque is looking for that stop that they need.
Three wide on second down. Lakeman sticking to the air game. He's going to loft one, end zone, and incomplete. Bryant James was right there. I don't know if he was really expecting the ball to come right to him like that.
Got to capitalize on that. That's the second time they got their hand on the ball on the pass right there, or they almost did. You have to capitalize it. John Lakeman did throw 2 interceptions last game. It could be prone to that. You just got to make sure you capitalize on every moment.
So it brings up a 3rd and long. Play action for Lakeman again. Throws across his body over the middle, and the catch is made by Parrish, and that's going to be a 1st and goal for Houston.
Big time catch by C.J. Parrish right there. You got that 6'4" frame, 220 pounds, just going over the middle. Sometimes you can make an errant throw like you just did right there, but with the big frame, just putting the paws out there to be able to catch it, you would love to see that, especially when you struggle on the first 2 downs like they just did.
Nice one-handed catch early on from C.J. 1st and goal. Lakeman going to swing it out to Slap. Tries to throw the spin move, but a good open field tackle there by T.J. Frosty. 2nd and goal.
Now, EK, let me break down that right there. That is not a flashy play, but what that does is it stretch the defense out. So when you can throw it to the sideline, you have to be honest. And what that's going to do eventually is going to open up the middle.
Where they're going right now, DR Sim dives towards the end zone, and he gets Houston on the board early. Touchdown, Headhunters.
And that's what we saw in the game before right there. Just great power running right there. You set up your fullback, your tight end. You know you're going to run to that side, but it doesn't matter because the defense cannot stop it. That's there. He didn't get touched at all. The fullback was looking for somebody to block. Didn't have anybody to block right there. That was just a good, complete drive. The first drive of the game.
Rushing touchdown for Sim in this early season. And Houston strikes first as the extra point is up and good, taking almost half of the clock away here in the opening frame with that 13-play drive that marched all the way down the field for the score.
And yeah, with a good running game, what you're going to see is chewing the clock. And that tires out defense because it's a lot of plays. It's a 10, 12, 14-play drives. But when you have a good running game like that, it takes a lot out of you.
Now Albuquerque with their first crack at the football. Fenimore, good return, slips a defender. He's still on his feet near sideline, midfield, 45-40, 35-30, 25-20. I don't think they're going to catch him. He's going to get into the end zone. Right back at it are the Adams. Touchdown.
Sometimes you don't need an offense. Sometimes you just have a good special teams play that can get you back in the game. After giving up a drive like they did, to come out there and put it on your shoulders and take it to the house after what you just did, and on defense, you know your defense is hyped. The team is amped. That's exactly how you want to respond right there, is a quick score, and we're going to have potentially a tied game coming up.
that is certainly one way to knot the game up in a hurry. And a great return there by Fenimore to get it into the end zone on the first kickoff return they've seen here tonight. 7-7 now, just like that. And now Houston's offense will get back out there, as well as Albuquerque's defense. Long drive for both of those units, so we'll have to see how they both respond here.
And you know what? I know that was something that Albuquerque probably wanted, because they didn't want to rely on like passing the ball as much because they were behind. Now you go back out there on defense. You might be a little tired, but you got to recognize what Houston was doing. They ran the ball early with slap. They was able to get some good shots down the field. You need to force them to pass the ball and take advantage of any opportunity you can get.
Done a nice job so far. They had 20 yards on the ground in that opening drive. And they're going to go back to it here as slap is met by a couple different defenders after only a short gain of 2.
And this is the third tackle so far for Keenan Samuels. We need to see those linebackers. They have to shoot the gaps. They got to make the tackles before slap breaks loose right there. It's going to be very important to see those linebackers play those holes correctly to stop the running game.
Sim gets a carry this time, and Sim will plow his way forward for another gain of about maybe 5 or 6. Keenan Samuels in on the stop once again, 3rd and short.
And right here, this is a situation where you can either run the ball or throw the ball right here. I wouldn't be surprised if they just stay on the ground. They did a good job running to the heavy side, which looks like the left side so far.
MSG goes in motion towards the bottom of the formation. Carry for slap, trying to find some room, any room at all, and doesn't get it. Good 3-and-out stop by the Albuquerque defense after that long drive.
And I love the right side of the Albuquerque defensive line right there. You hold up the blockers right there, and you let your linebackers, that time TJ Frosty, the free safety, came up to make a tackle. That's going to be key. The line has to hold up the offensive line, and then your linebackers and safety have to make plays.
More with the punt return, not as successful as the kick return, but a flag. And looks like it's going to be a block in the back on the return team, Albuquerque. So that's going to back them up to the 27-yard line.
Now this is going to come out here. We're going to see Albuquerque on the block in the back. This is what they teach you. If you see the numbers, don't block. You're going to call it every single time. That right there, clearly, you saw the number 24. You should not be blocking them in the back.
And so now we will see Albuquerque's offense for the first time, led by Cyrus Jive, his 2nd season with the team. Led this team to a playoff berth in its inaugural season. Fenimore the motion man. Houston showing some pressure on defense. And a run play. Gets towards the edge, bounce it back inside. That's Jason Williams, and a good carry for him for a gain of 7.
And what I want to see from Cyrus, you know, he got the All-Star appearance last season right here. They throw the ball pretty effectively. They added a new target in Clarence Lee this year, 17th pick in the 1st round. It's how they're going to spread the ball out.
Back to the ground game. This time it's Justin Williams, and he'll get maybe a couple on the play. So that's a 3rd and short.
You know, Cyrus, he likes to throw it to K. Marion right there. 6'6" target that's going to be over the middle, but you got some new weapons here. You want to stay on the field. This is a key 3rd down.
That's a good point. This team likes to go through the air. At least they did just a week ago. Content with the run game, though. This time Fenimore lining up in the backfield, and he'll get a carry. That extends the drive for Albuquerque.
And we're starting to see a little bit of a wrinkle in the offense right here. First of all, 3 straight run plays, but you got your running back that you brought in the receiver, K. Fenimore, who returned the kick to get a little more speed in the backfield.
Staying with the ground game. Jason Williams, nothing doing on that one. Good tackle by John Barnhart in the open field, loss of 1.
Yeah, and we're waiting to see it. You know, Houston probably scouted for a passing attack right here, but what Albuquerque wanted to show is different, show versatility, running the football, but they eventually have to throw it.
Jive's first pass of the evening. Shuffle sets his feet, fires over the middle and incomplete. Intended for Fenimore, and that's going to bring up a 3rd and long.
And now you're setting up. You have the big targets. Like I said, we talked about K. Merriam, but you have the tight end. I would love to see the rookie get involved right here. But this is a over the middle. Probably watch that post route over the middle if you're Houston.
DB's given plenty of space on this 3rd down. Jive, plenty of time. Finally sets his feet and fires in. It's complete to Fenimore. And that's going to be a 1st down into Houston territory.
And that's always going to be tough for a defense if you can't get a pressure. Good job by Albuquerque. Clean pocket. Didn't have to move a bit. Waiting for the receivers to go across the field. And it's always tough. When you have to defend longer than 3 seconds, things might break down. That's exactly what we saw there.
Setting up from the 42-yard line of Houston, 1st down. Back to the run game is Jason Williams. Spin move as he gets inside of the 40 for a gain of 5. We'll look at the Adams offense here. Cyrus Jive at quarterback. Jason Williams, Justin Williams in the backfield. Kyle Fenimore, Clarence Lee, K. Marion are the wide receivers. Jack Wall at tight end. We have Queen Porter, Max Von Linga, Jerry and Jones, and Leah Williams at the offensive line as Fenimore gets another carry and maybe a half a yard will bring up 3rd and 4.
Yeah, and it looks like, okay, so far Albuquerque wants to establish the run. They have a good offensive line. You know, they added a few pieces from Canton, and they want to show that they can do it both.
Showing blitz, backing out of it is Houston. Jive's going to throw towards the far sideline and helicoptered as he makes the catch. Actually, it's Kay Marion. She makes her first grab of the evening. Had plenty of firepower in the offense just a week ago.
You have to be really cautious about doing single coverage with Kay Marion. She is an absolute beast right there. That's a cover 3. That's island by yourself right there, and you can just throw it up to the 6'6" target right there. That's the thing. When you have somebody that tall, they can just go up and grab it. It makes life so much easier.
I mentioned Kay Marion, her firepower, 251 yards receiving off of 9 catches and 2 touchdowns just a week ago. As Williams goes back to the ground game, he gets free and into the end zone. Albuquerque takes the lead.
And why did that happen? Is because one, you set up some runs earlier in the drive, but when you pass the ball, now Houston had to be honest with K. Marion on the outside right there. They passed the ball to Fenimore. That left the middle wide open. That was only 4 persons in the box and 7 people blocking. That was money all day with a run. Beautiful blocking by the offensive line, and that's a great way to respond on offense.
Kick return for a touchdown. Ensuing 3 and out, and then a 10-play drive that goes the length of the football field basically to take the lead, I should say, for the first time tonight.
Now it's time for Houston. Can they respond on special teams? They have to go back out there. They got to get a little bit more out of the passing game, but this has been a nice first quarter so far for both teams.
Absolutely. Ems puts it out of the end zone, so out to the 20-yard line goes Houston once again. And we were wondering what kind of football game we were going to see from both of these teams. Obviously, lots of offensive firepower a week ago from both of them. And sure enough, we've got a barn burner here early on. 21 points scored combined in the first quarter of play. Slap on 1st down. Gets the stiff arm. He's free towards the far sideline. Eventually met near the 40-yard line. And what a way to bring the first quarter to an end.
Yeah, they're going to keep on running the football. And let me be honest with you. You got to have more than one tackler out there for slap. That right there, easy broken tackle for a nice gain to end the first quarter.
Bryant James with the touchdown saving tackle. And that brings us to the end of 1. Albuquerque up by 7, 14-7 over Houston, as you're watching the SFL on VFN. Eric Vincent alongside Anthony Ellison in the broadcast booth. Ron Haynes and Rochelle Colston in the stats truck tonight. And we've got Commissioner, Executive Producer Extraordinaire Cameron Irvine back at SFL HQ. 25-yard run there for Josh Slapp to close out the first quarter as we ring in quarter number 2. Lakeman throws into traffic and incomplete. Don't know if that was necessarily where he wanted to throw that one there, Anthony.
No, I think it was like a little bit rushed. But my thing is, if you're running an empty set, I want to see Albuquerque throw some blitzes in there right there. Don't let Lakeman get comfortable in the pocket. Put some pressure on him and force that errant throw. He could throw interceptions.
And Lakeman's going to roll out this time. Good protection. He fires. Mike St. Green catches the ball near the 30-yard line. And that's going to be another first down for Houston.
And you saw it with Charleston last year. Lakeman is a gunslinger and will respond when he needs to. He will throw it in tight coverage and windows like this right there. And what a catch by St. Green just to go up at a high point, bring it down, knowing you're going to take contact.
He wears that number 6. He looks a lot like Baker Mayfield out there, slinging the ball around. Can throw some picks here and there, but otherwise, definitely a gunslinger. Slapp gets a carry, a little juke move towards the near sideline, and gets a couple yards for his trouble.
And you got to give credit for the Houston offensive line. You got 2 undrafted rookies on their team, 3 rookies total, including the first-round pick there. But they also on the offensive line, they got 2 people who made the All-Star team last season. So you got to mixture of veterans and rookies on that line.
DR Sim with the carry now, and he'll get close to the line to gain, and that's going to be closer to a 3rd and 4 or 5.
Yeah, and what we've been seeing is Lakeman getting out in the pocket. If he rolls out to the left or right, like he's been really accurate throwing the ball outside of the pocket here. So let's see what happens.
Kirky given the middle of the field as Lakeman rolls out to his right and throws it to Parrish, who holds on through the hit. And that's going to set up shop in the SFL red zone and another first down.
And there we go. Once again, EK rolling out to the pocket right here. It's mostly a 1 or 2 route combination right there. And that's the one. It's the out route. It's finding the hole in the zone. And that's a good job by Lakeman finding that hole in the zone for a first down. Both offenses is doing phenomenal moving the ball.
Just inside the 15-yard line. First down. Slapp trying to find any room, and Albuquerque's done a nice job so far with containing this high-powered rushing attack for Houston.
And I want to see Albuquerque be a little bit more aggressive on defense. They've been doing the soft zone coverage, especially when they're passing right here. They've been a good job stopping Slapp this last series, running the ball, but just to be a little bit more aggressive.
Lakeman's completed 7 passes to 5 different receivers. He's going to throw to the end zone and incomplete. Looking for Mike St. Green to get the touchdown on the board. 3rd down.
That's how they did. They sent pressure, but Houston picked it up phenomenally. Good job by the center, D'Angelo De Jesus, that was able to call out the blitzes so they made the proper blocking alignment and just didn't come down with the touchdown right there. Good job blocking.
Nate now 5 wide for Lakeman. Corky the motion man. Lakeman, pressure coming. He's going to go down in a hurry. Neil Rivers came out like a bat out of you-know-where and absolutely buried him.
Yeah, and that was just an interior rip move. Got to the quarterback before he was able to do his 3-step drop right there. That's the danger when you have an empty backfield. If you can get pressured like they just did right there and hold them to a field goal, that is a win for Albuquerque.
Sonny J with the field goal attempt sneaks it inside of the left upright, so Houston trims that lead of Albuquerque's down to 4.
Yeah, and with the back and forth that we've been seeing, EK, this is something, seeing a field goal right here might give the other team the advantage, because if the other team keeps on scoring the touchdowns, 7s will always beat 3s. So right now that was a good bend don't break deep defense for Albuquerque.
Jay will boot it out of the back of the end zone to be safe on this one, and that'll bring it out to the 20-yard line. Well, folks, we've made it to 2025, and that means the 2025 SFL convention is right around the corner. It's headed to Baltimore, kicking off the league's 25th anniversary season, July 10th through the 14th. Join SFL Nation at the rooftop pool of our host hotel, the Hyatt Regency, looking out into Baltimore's Inner Harbor. You can reserve your room now at the special group rate at simfl.net. First down for Jive. Thought about checking it down, and maybe he should have, as he gets sacked in the backfield for a big loss. That was Anthony Stover getting in there for the 5-yard sack.
And that's what you call a good old cover sack right there. Look, if you pump fake in the pocket, that's so dangerous. That means you have too much time here, and eventually the defense will get to you, and that's exactly what they did. Big sack, push them back 5 yards, and second down.
Inside of 7 minutes to go here in the opening half. Jive back to the air. Gonna fire a laser near sideline, and that is incomplete. 3rd and 15 coming up. We got to look at the Houston Headhunters defense. Mac Dre, Chris Joseph, Anthony Stover, and Zach Turner along the front 4. Jason Peace, Garrett Evans, Chris Britton III, and Blakey Craze are the linebackers. Dustin Sikosi, John Barnhart, Kai Cash, the corners. Guy Incognito, Al Ingram III, and Blake Prine are the safeties. 3rd and 15 for Jive. He throws it far sideline this time into coverage, and Barnhart was there to knock it away. 4th down.
And good job by Houston containing K. Marion so far after having a huge game 1. Second target only so far for K. Marion compared to last game, who was always already up to 5 to 6 targets. So good job by Houston with the priorities of covering her.
Good 3 and out there for the Headhunters defense as Mike St. Green calls for the fair catch near midfield, marking down at the 46. Got the over-under set at 38.5, and currently we're doing just fine to hit that over for all of you interested at home. Houston back to work down 4. 3 wide, offset back, Slap is that back, and he'll get the carry. Was the first defender, and the second one makes the stop after a short gain of 2. That's Patterson.
Good job by Patterson after the broken tackle right there. That could have been more yardage, but they're doing a good job pursuing and making the stop before Slap can get loose.
4 wide empty backfield this time for Lakeman. He'll throw, checks it down over the middle. Catch is made by Parrish, holding the ball like a loaf of bread, but somehow still controls it and gets the first down to boot.
That's always scary when you just hold it out there. Anybody can knock it down. But that's a good catch in traffic. That's really dangerous, especially with 2 defenders on them. We're seeing some versatility out of their offense, passing the ball a little bit more than they did last game.
Lakeman 6 of 10 in his last 10 attempts. And here's number 11. Airmails that one, though. Looks like he was looking for Corky along the far sideline. That brings up 2nd down.
And I like how they're attacking the secondary for Albuquerque right here. And, you didn't see that much of it last game, but I really like it, just stretching the field. And all that's going to do is going to be opening the run game later on.
Said I here, so we might see the run game right now. Instead, Lakeman will pass. Pocket was collapsing in a hurry. He had to get rid of that one sooner rather than later, and overshoots Parrish, brings up a 3rd and 1.
But you just got to be mindful to not always throw it in double coverage, because eventually that's going to catch up with you. So you just got to be careful. Once again, that was double coverage, and you're lucky it wasn't a turnover. But you just got to be mindful of that defense.
3rd and long inside the Albuquerque 40. Lakeman going to roll out, setting his feet, fires, and it's incomplete. Looking for Corky again, but the Adams secondary doing a great job on this last set of downs and forcing the 4th down.
Yeah, and that's a good defense right there, hitting them right when they get in contact with the football. So it's not pass interference, but knocking it down. Good stop. That's something Albuquerque wanted, and now Houston's punting the ball.
Tony J handling the punting duties as well. And that punt is fielded by Fenimore. Maybe a little ill-advised on that one, but he makes it out to the 25-yard line relatively unscathed.
You gotta be careful there.
Yeah, that was a scary one. Usually those are the type of balls that you yell, Peter, 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 get away from it. But Fenimore brings it out. Under 5.5. Jive in trouble quickly, and he goes down. Untouched was the inside linebacker, Jason Peace. Couldn't even get the football off.
I went in there blazing. The center didn't see it. Nobody saw it. Was able to get there before anything happened. Oh, that could have been dangerous. That could have been a fumble.
Sacks on back-to-back drives for the Headhunters as Jive stepping up, sets his feet, fires, and the catch was made by Marion but dropped. So it's going to be a 3rd and long now.
So we're seeing both teams great hitting, stopping them on the passing game right there. That's a hard hit to make them drop the football. Big 3rd down for Houston right here. You want to get a stop. You want to try to get some points before the half.
Or wide. Started off with trips towards the top of the formation. Now they'll go 2 and 2. Excuse me, actually 5 wide. As Jive pump fakes. He's in trouble again, and again he gets sacked twice on one drive. This time it's big number 96 getting in there making the stop, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
And that's another cover sack right there. When you're pump faking in the pocket, that is dangerous right there. You're holding the ball longer than you want to. Good job by Houston covering every receiver right there and taking them down. 2nd sack right there. That hurts. Gives the ball back to Houston.
Great play by the linebacker Blake B. Craze coming over in the offseason from Louisiana. And now Houston will get the football back. Down by 4 now. Mike St. Green fumbles the football. It's on the turf. And I think, no, Albuquerque got on top of it. It's going to be their football right around midfield.
Oh, something that you just didn't want to see right there. One person was tackling, the other person was stripping the football. That is textbook right there. That's how you force a fumble. Very unfortunate. And Albuquerque is lucky after having a rough drive to get the ball back at midfield.
And you know what, Anthony? Give credit where credit is due. That was the punter that recovered that fumble. Buzz Killington getting in there and making the fumble recovery to give the ball back to the offense as Trilliums gets the carry for a few yards on that one.
Yeah, definitely threw a buzzkill in that special team right there. Good job running down the field, never giving up on the play. Now they have the ball back.
Albuquerque's drives have stalled out the past 2 times, trying not to do so here as Jive gets his ball tipped, and it's going to bring up 3rd down.
And just a little fun fact, so since the ball was tipped, no pass interference cannot be called once it got tipped in the air. So as you saw, the receiver got tackled there. But what I'm seeing from Albuquerque in the last 2 drives, they stopped running the football. And on the first drive when they scored, they mixed it up a little bit. You don't want to be stale and keep to just passing the football.
3rd and 7, they have to throw, though, as Jive throws it over the middle, catch is made. And that's going to be a fresh set of downs as Kay Marion makes her 2nd grab of the evening.
You know she wasn't going to be quiet for long. That's money. That's the 1-2 connection that we saw last year. We saw it last game right there. Just over the middle. Let the big frame just step in front of the defenders and make a catch.
66 yards through the air for Jive so far. Over 40 yards on a couple catches for Marion tonight. As they move deeper into Houston territory at the 30-yard line. There's the ground game again. Williams will get a gain of 4 on that one. And Houston's done a good job. We talked about Albuquerque's defense bottling up Houston's rushing attack, and Houston has done the same thing on defense against Albuquerque.
Yeah, they've done some good studying right here, but 4 yards is not bad on 1st down right there. You just want to establish something on the ground.
See if they stick with it, and they do. Good tackle, though. That was Garrett Evans flying in there like a heat-seeking missile. And no gain from that run, so it brings up a 3rd and 6.
So now, Houston right here, after fumbling on the punt return, they want to stop Albuquerque. It's a little bit far for a field goal right here, but this is key. You know where they want to throw the football. I will put 2 people on 89 and let them beat it with somebody else.
Got to get to the 20 for a first down. Jive, gonna throw it. Catch is made, and it was a linebacker in coverage. Jive did a good job identifying the mismatch and throwing it to Marion for the first down.
You have to recognize that's a mismatch right there, and that's exactly what Jive did. That's why they were all-star last year. That's why they have the crazy connection like they do. Albuquerque tried to get away with trying to do a soft zone. That linebacker was not ready to cover.
2-minute warning here from New Mexico as you're watching the SFL on VFN. Eric Vincent alongside Anthony Ellison in the broadcast booth for you this evening. Ron Haynes and Rochelle Colston in the stats truck. Commissioner Cameron Irvine back at SFL HQ. We hope to hear from him for a game break as a run on first down there goes absolutely nowhere. Evans again with the stop, and clock is rolling.
Yeah, this has been a very quick first half right here. They've been running the ball well. Clock has been moving. Now you got to think about timeout to see if you can get the ball back.
Jive snaps it quickly, throws it into coverage, though, and it's incomplete. He's lucky to get that one back as Britton was able to jar the football free.
And you're seeing both quarterbacks not being afraid to throw the football over the middle. And that's cool. That's great. But it's also dangerous, and it can get your receivers hurt. And turnovers right here. Luckily, none of that happened here. 3rd down. Houston needs a stop.
They're going to spread it out 5 wide. Jive going to throw in a little low for the liking of Marion. She couldn't quite reel that one in, and that's going to bring up 4th down and a field goal attempt for Albuquerque.
And good job by Houston right here. They're going to get the football back. Setting up a field goal right here. So, but if I'm Houston, you didn't have to use timeouts. You can do a good drive here. You just have to throw the football.
Rob Ems from 35 yards. It is up and it is through. And that'll extend the lead back up to 7. 13 plays, only 22 yards, but they did get a field goal on the board and took some time off the clock for Houston.
They got points out of it, and that's the most important thing. Points off of a turnover. You want to get something to show for it, and they did right there, stretching the lead out to a touchdown.
90 seconds and all 3 timeouts for both teams, so plenty of time to work with here for the Headhunters. As that kick goes into the end zone, Mike St. Green will kneel it down, and that'll bring it out to the 20.
So you got 1:30 left. You got to get into field goal range here. But here's the thing, you don't want to force it. If you can't get it, it's okay going into halftime. But the one thing you don't want to see here is an interception or a turnover.
Albuquerque coming up and playing press. Slap's going to get the carry and couldn't break out of that initial hit. It's going to be a short gain of 4, 2nd down.
And all Albuquerque wants to do is just keep the runners, keep the receivers inbound, let the clock going. Don't really see a sense of urgency right now for Houston with the clock moving.
Canned off to the fullback this time, and that's Toriano Rivera. He'll get close to the sticks, 3rd and 3, and Albuquerque gets the second half kickoff as well, so Houston would probably be wise to hit the gas a little bit and see if maybe they can get some points on the board.
Yeah.
Showing blitz, Albuquerque backs out of it. Lakeman going to take off. He gets the first down and more as he gets past the 35-yard line, and we will see the first timeout from Houston.
It's cool. We saw the timeout here, but it's just a lot of wasted time with the running plays here. That's really cool if you have time on your side, but when you don't, you got to throw the football. Let's see if they pick it up right here.
Mark it down at the 36, and it is a first down. 3 wide towards the bottom of the formation for Lakeman. Albuquerque in man defense. Lakeman to throw. Throws quickly and incomplete. He was looking for Parrish, and that'll freeze the clock at 38 seconds.
And Lakeman did not look for the second target. They had the drag route open. They recognized it was man coverage when they motioned the receiver down to the bottom side. A drag route beats a man coverage. You got to keep your eyes on that.
Lakeman again over the middle and shoots it over his intended receiver piece. And that's going to bring up third down now.
Yeah, you gotta be. That was tough right there. Like I said, it was a lot in coverage. Let's see if Lakeman can get the first down with his feet like he did last time. He's probably gonna go back over the middle, but when he's efficient, he likes to roll out.
That middle is going to be open for him as Lakeman going to throw far sideline instead, and it's Mike St. Green as he gets inside the Albuquerque 40. Houston going to call their second timeout.
And Eric, we talk about it in the beginning. Lakeman's going to make those throws that you can either intercept or they're going to be absolute dots like we've seen him throw today. He's going to risk it. He's a gunslinger. He has the arm talent to do it.
3 catches, 67 yards for MSG as Lakeman goes back to the air. This time he throws a pick. Albuquerque going to shut down Houston's offense on a promising drive, courtesy of the interception by Amar Bryant Jr.
And there's the gift and the curse right there. Didn't see the underneath cloud route just pop in there. Good job by that defense disguising it. In the corner, the slot corner, dropping down into the flat route, knowing the slant was coming, was able to pick it off and stop Houston in their tracks.
18th career pick for Bryant. And that gives Albuquerque a shot at the football here with just under 30 seconds. And that run play tells me that they are not in any hurry to do anything before the end of the half.
Like you said, they get the ball back. They did a really great job with stopping Houston from doing anything, taking the half.
The jive will throw with 4 seconds to go from his blind side. He gets sacked again. Believe that's the 3rd or 4th sack that Houston has had here this evening. And that's Blake B. Craze again. He's had 2 tonight.
Yeah, you didn't need to do that. You could just go in the half right there. But, you know, sometimes you think you can, like, sneak one past him. Good job by Houston.
4 sacks in the first half as we hit the end of the second quarter. Albuquerque up 17-10 over Houston here in New Mexico. And it's been a high-flying first half to start things off. What are your first thoughts here as we get a look at the first half stats and highlights, Anthony?
It started wild in the first half. You know, it was a 14-7 ball game. The second quarter, they settled down on defense right here, and they did a good job covering those main targets. What I like to see coming out of the half is running the football, establishing the ground game. Both teams, when they did that, they scored points, but the defense did step up in the second quarter.
Halftime player to watch. Who else? Kyle Fillmore took the opening kickoff for a score, and he's got 1 catch for 22 yards. Let's take a quick halftime break presented by Breaks GPT.
We just pulled a full-size Taylor Swift helmet. Shout out to all our Swifties. Travis Kelce. This is a Giants Lawrence Taylor.
Patrick Mahomes.
Chad Johnson with the Ocho Cinco.
We have a Drew Brees.
Is that an O.J. Simpson jersey?
An Aaron Rodgers.
Oh my goodness.
Tom Brady! Tom Brady!
SFL Nation, you can break into the world of sports memorabilia collecting with Breaks GPT. Featuring signed football jerseys, helmets, photos, and more, Breaks GPT offers you the shot at winning autographed and authenticated sports memorabilia at a fraction of the price. Join the community of collectors on our Breaks GPT Facebook page and lock in your shot at hitting a humongous headliner on our site, breaksgpt.com. Fenimore had a kickoff return in the first half. Nothing doing on this one, but a good return out to the 28-yard line for the Adams.
And they've been using Fenimore all over the place, returning a kick. You see him in the receiving, got a couple catches, and then in the backfield running the football. That's a versatile player that you would love to have on any team.
Quick update in our second game going on right now. Denver and Chicago knotted up at 3 as they near the end of the first half of play in their game, as Jason Williams gets a carry on the first play from scrimmage here in the second half in our game, and it goes for a couple.
And it's good to see Jason Williams get the ball. Had 8 carries for a little bit of like 27 yards in the first half. You definitely want to see them double, if not triple, those amount of carries and runs to help ease the throwing.
Single back formation on 2nd and 9. Jive throws it quickly, and an ill-advised throw, as that could have easily been picked off by Prine. Is going to bring up 3rd and long.
That would have been picked off, and that would have been a touchdown going the other way, because especially because he was running to it. Prine's got to pick that off right there. Jive caught a break. They're down.
Of 8 in the first half, both teams were on 3rd down. Let's see what Jive and company can do here on this one. He'll throw it over the middle, snatches it out of the air as Kay Marion as she rolls her way near midfield, and another first down for the Adams.
And Eric, look at that play right there. They motion Kay Marion from the weak side to the slot side, meaning that the defender that's going to be targeting her will be their 4th cornerback right there. And that's a mismatch all day, every day. And I love it. Bring her over and let her catch her over the middle for a first down.
Mark it just shy of midfield at the 49. Jive back to the air, going to swing it out to Williams coming out of the backfield in a hurry, and he'll get a gain of 8 on the screen pass.
I love that call too. It's not going to be always throwing the football down the field. You take what the defense gives you. Well, I go back to that first drive when they scored on offense. They threw the ball to the outside. They ran the football and led things open over the middle so you can throw it for it. They can run the football well right here. They can control the clock.
It is going to be a run right up the middle, but Houston was ready for it there. Stopped him short, as that was Peace, the middle linebacker, getting in there and making the stop. 3rd and maybe about an index card.
And probably just to be comfortable, you know, you're probably going to see Albuquerque throw the football here. They have a great connection with Kay Marion, but let's see what happens.
It's a heavy formation. Might be running it. Houston anticipating a run as well, as they've got just about everybody in the box right now. It is going to be a run right up the middle. Goes Fenimore, and he's going to get the first down, I believe.
Yeah, it looks like a first down. They ran right behind Jerry and Jones, offensive guard, 2nd season in the league, and Lee Williams, the other guard. Nice little push up the middle, just enough for a first down.
Just barely, as they set up at the 40. Fenimore going in motion this time. Back to the ground game with Williams, and he'll get tackled from behind, as Britton is able to make the stop there for no gain.
And I mean, overall, Houston's been doing a great job, like, defending the run. They only have given up about 50 yards so far running the football. So they're doing a great job here. They have to keep eye on that passing game.
Jive going to go to the air this time. He fires a laser to a wide open man, and that's going to be dragged down just near the end zone. Jack Wall couldn't quite get there, and I know he's going to be kicking himself.
Yeah, especially because you can just stretch the football out right there. That might hurt fantasy owners. And why is it wide open? That is a go route on the backside of the play that the linebacker had to cover that tight end one-on-one with no safety help, because everybody else was on the other side of the field. Great job recognizing that mismatch right there, setting up 1st and goal.
40-yard catch down to the 1-yard line there, as Williams gets the carry, and Williams is going to get into the end zone as Albuquerque extends their lead.
And you know what? That's a fantasy touchdown right there. A 1-yard touchdown run after a great drive. Good job by the offensive line, just holding up just enough to get Williams in the end zone for a touchdown.
And Jack Wall catching some slack in the chat, saying he's so slow. I knew he was going to get some for that one. M's going to boot it up and through for the extra point. 2-touchdown lead here for the Adams as they start things off here in the second half.
They got the ball to start it out, and they was playing some good defense right there. That's a good job on offense, stretching the lead out. So now what we're going to see with Houston is a little bit more throwing the football, and you got to make some good throws here and be careful from the turnovers. You know you got to get some points.
And you hit the nail on the head, the turnovers. That makes that Amar Bryant Jr. interception before the end of the half all that more important, because Albuquerque was able to stop that promising Houston drive, and they just marched down the field to extend their lead by 2 touchdowns. Taking almost 4 minutes off the clock, Houston getting their first crack at the football here. And a short gain of 3 on that play. We will toss it over to SFL HQ for the first time this evening. Commissioner Cameron Irvine. Cam.
Thank you, Eric. Denver and Chicago tonight, and Chicago's defense forgets all about Marquis Sango. He turns around. There's nobody behind him either. Touchdown, Denver. They're up 10-6 on the Warriors, still looking for their first offensive touchdown of the season. Back to you in New Mexico.
Thank you, Cam. That was a wild play. And here's a wild play as we get a sack from Keenan Samuels. He has been all over the defense here tonight for Albuquerque, and he wants to hear it from Radiation Nation.
Hey, Eric, I bet you Jack Wall wanted to do what that tight end did, get to the end zone right there. Good job by Albuquerque getting the sack right here. 3rd and 8. It's Houston. When you get a good passing is when Lakeman is running out to the side, the east side right there, getting out of the pocket and making a throw over the middle.
Play action for Lakeman on 3rd down. He'll fire it, and a one-handed grab, and guess who? It's Samuels. He's going to bounce it to the near sideline and out of bounds at the Houston Headhunter 23-yard line. That is going to be our nice hands catch, brought to you by Retroid. Put a Retroid handheld in your hands and play the only video game with your player in it, SFL 4K23. Anthony.
Woo-wee. And when you know the route was coming, he undercutted it and then just stuck his big hands out there and got the interception. Big play right there. 2nd interception, 2nd turnover for Albuquerque right there, and things are just rolling their way.
The man, 8 tackles. We just saw him get a sack, and then the play after, he gets a one-handed snag for an INT, setting up his offense in great field position here just outside the red zone in Houston territory. And a short gain of 3 on 1st down for Williams gets them close to the red zone now.
And now Albuquerque, I would just slow things down here, give Williams the ball, chew some clock here. You're stepping up your defense. You're playing phenomenal football, and Houston needs to try to find some type of light.
3 turnovers tonight for the Headhunters as Albuquerque, following your mantra here, Anthony, sticking with the ground game, and that's setting them up with a 3rd manageable.
Yeah, make Houston make the plays right here. You're already in field goal range, so you don't really need to try to do anything forceful here. Just take what the defense gives you.
Jive, going to swing it out to Finnemore, who lined up in the backfield. Houston was ready for that one. He got very, very close, but Prine was able to make the stop. And it brings up 4th and maybe a toenail.
And like we said before with turnovers, you want to get any type of points possible right here. Good job by Houston preventing the 1st down. That could have been ugly right here. But Albuquerque is just fine getting 3 more points on the board.
Points off the turnovers is huge. Doesn't matter if it's 3 or if it's 7. And Rob Ems is able to knock a field goal through for an additional 3 points. 17-point lead now for the Adams over the Headhunters.
Now with Houston getting back onto the field on offense here, you recognize that you're down a couple scores. You can't get it off of one throw or one play. You need to put a drive together. So it's going to be really key what we see out of the passing game right here. Good job by Albuquerque taking Slap out of the game. Only 53 yards rushing compared to last game when he had over 170.
We're going to have to see what kind of offensive game plan that Houston is going to go with here. I'd imagine we'll see a lot through the air as Slap avoids that first initial hit there, does a good job. Forward progress gets him back to the line, but you can tell he's having a frustrating evening.
Yeah, it's extremely frustrating because he wants to get going, but good job by the defensive coordinator for Albuquerque, Joshua Williams, recognizing that he's going to break the first tackle, let's send somebody else right behind it.
The market is no gain, 2nd and 10. Lakeman. Pocket collapsing. He'll throw. He finds Mike St. Green in traffic. What another great catch from MSG.
And we saw this throughout the whole game right there, just taking the responsibility to going over the middle and catching those completely difficult catches. The safety is barreling down on you, and you're focusing on the football and not the hit and bringing it in for your quarterback.
Lakeman threw it at the absolute right time because Frosty was eyeballing that one the entire way. Laid a good hit on MSG, but a first down nonetheless for the Headhunters as Slap goes back to the ground game, and he's going to get 5 yards out of the deal. And you touched on it, Anthony. Albuquerque's done a great job here this evening on defense for limiting these chunk plays that we usually see from Slap in the ground game for Houston.
Yeah, and when you are like controlling that running game, it makes them one-dimensional, and that's what Albuquerque wanted. They want to see John Lakeman throw the football more than he's handing the football off.
Sim with the carry this time, and he'll get close to the line of game, brings up a 3rd and 2. And we've seen this a lot as well, the ground game bearing fruit for the Headhunters offense, getting them close to the line to gain, setting up 3rd and short and not able to convert. See what they do here is Slap is able to convert that 3rd down as he creeps into Adam territory, and we've got just under 2 to go here in the 3rd.
And what we've been seeing, Eric, by the defense of Albuquerque is great pursuing of the football when they're running it. So it's not just one person. There's multiple players around Slap by the time he's get going, and that's why you see the frustration.
Sim comes in to spell Slap, and he'll get 4 yards there. As Houston keeping it on the ground game, not in any hurry so far, but down 3 scores. They might need to take a look at the clock a little bit.
Yeah, you would rather see this in the first half, not right now. You know you run the football well, but you're going to have to throw the football. You need chunk yardage.
Sticking with that ground game, Slap lowering his shoulder and protecting the football, trying to get as much yardage as he can, and that'll set up another 3rd and short.
Yeah, and this is fine for Albuquerque. If they want to run the football, take their time to get up to the line and chew all the clock, that's fine by them.
Houston 6 of 10 on 3rd downs up to this point. DR Sim shifts and shimmies his way through the defense and does get the first down. He looked dead to rights in the backfield there, Anthony. Great play by the Hall of Famer.
And that's why he's the Hall of Famer right there. Was able to jump over defender, then cut back in to get that first down. The will is you can't teach that. That's just something that you just got to have.
20th season in the SFL as Slap gets the pitch for a gain of maybe a couple, and that is going to bring us to the end of quarter number 3. 1 more quarter to go, 10 minutes on the clock. Let's see those scores up in the chat. You're watching the SFL on VFN. 27-10 your score. Albuquerque up top. Anthony Elson and Eric Vinson up here in the broadcast booth for you this evening. Ron Haynes and Rochelle Colston in the stats truck. And Commissioner, Executive Producer Extraordinaire Cameron Irvine back at SFL HQ. Ornada del Muerto here in Albuquerque, New Mexico. as Lakeman is going to throw near sideline and incomplete. It was looking for Parrish. But again, good coverage on the back end by the Adams secondary.
It's almost like Albuquerque is inviting Lakeman to throw those tough coverage pass right there so they can like pick it off or knock it down right here. And they just have to be aware of that. Like, you know, you're a veteran quarterback, John. You got to realize that they are baiting you into those passes.
Now 3rd and 8, play action. Lakeman rolls out. He's going to throw across his body and finds MSG once again. We've seen Mike catch those balls time and time again here tonight.
And then there's another one. And you got to look at the percentages of Lakeman when he is out of the pocket. He feels more confident. That was a confident throw. The feet was set, was delivered to the target, and MSG is just absolutely balling for Houston right now.
Lakeman had about 150 yards passing last week. MSG had 110. Lakeman going to throw end zone, and the catch is made by Slap. Touchdown, Houston.
And once again, it's moving in the pocket. When Lakeman is moving and getting the momentum right there, he's extremely accurate and efficient. What a throw right there and a catch by Slap. Once again, that's hitting coverage. So I like that. Get Slap involved in the passing game if the running game is not working.
Had a special matchup there. Samuels obviously has been playing extremely well tonight, but a linebacker on a running back is always a mismatch in passing coverage, and Houston took full advantage of that one. And now it's a 2-possession game with just under 10 to go here in the 4th quarter.
So now, if you're Houston, that was good. You needed to get some points. You needed to see a complete drive here. Now you need to go on defense. You need to tell your defense, hey, we need some help. We need to get a turnover here. We need to get a quick 3 and out so we can get our offense back on the field.
What a stat there. First back-to-back 100-yard receiving games in the 4K23 era, and that belongs to MSG. What a night for him, but Albuquerque holds a 2-possession lead as they take over, and Marion gets a first down right off the bat.
I love that play right there. Instead of coming out running the ball, just with a quick little slant, and get yourself a quick first down right there. The defense was not ready for it.
More importantly, tackled inbounds, clock will run. Albuquerque in no rush to get in and out of the huddle. Single back is Jason Williams. Williams trying to find any sort of room, and a good open field tackle for a short gain of 1. Kai Cash on the stop.
And that's the first stop you want to see for Houston right here. You want to try to get this ball back as quickly as possible here. I do like that Albuquerque is mixing the pass a little bit more just to keep him off guard.
Jive going to continue to throw it, and he finds Fenimore. That's his 2nd catch of the evening. Had a kickoff return on the opening kickoff for Albuquerque, and he's continuing to make plays here tonight, Anthony.
Let's talk about that back shoulder throw right there, just low and behind the moving defender right there, just catching him off guard. I love that throw. Good job by Albuquerque. Another first down. It keeps Houston defense on the field.
Adams back to the ground game, and Williams not able to get out of the backfield as Britton is able to make the TFL.
And for Houston, they're looking for that stop that they need. It's just right now they'll stop them on 1st and 2nd down, and then something happens and they complete the first down right there. Houston needs to go after this quarterback.
They're showing blitz. They back out of it, though, as Williams takes the ball up the middle of the field for a gain of maybe 4 or 5 in the Houston territory. Brings up 3rd down.
So here comes another 3rd down right here. If you're Houston, you need to sell out with defending this pass right here. You know where they want to go to. Look for those 2 targets. Let somebody else beat you.
Albuquerque 7 of 11 on third downs. Jive. Good pocket. He'll throw. Fenimore's got the grab, and he's inside the 30-yard line of Houston. Another first down, and that's a backbreaker for the Headhunters defense.
Yeah, because they are, like, there's two targets. You need to cover both of them, maybe double them. Right there, that's just a slant over in the middle and he's not a zone coverage. It was a man coverage right there. There was nobody in the middle. Good job securing another first down. And what does that do, Eric? That keeps the clock moving.
Jive looking good, over 175 yards through the air as Williams goes back to the ground game. He's got some room near the far sideline, slips a defender. He's inside the 10, dragging his other defender on his back as he gets inside the 5 and sets up a first and goal.
And the cool thing is, before that run, he was only running for just 3 to 4 yards of carry, and then breaks a big one right there in a perfect time. Good job by that offensive line, and good job by Williams.
Leapy Craze eventually tracked him down, but not before Williams got all the way down to the 1-yard line. Prime position here for the Adams to go back up by 3 scores. Carry up the middle, and he did break the play and into the end zone. Touchdown for Taylor and touchdown for Albuquerque.
And once again, a beautiful complete drive. When they needed a first down, they got it from Fenimore. They got it from K. Marion. Oh, but let's see if they broke the plane right here. They got a challenge.
It did look a little suspect in real time. Let's take a Retroid retroactive look at the play, brought to you by Retroid. Get your console to play SFL on the go at GoRetroid.com.
And what we just need to see, Eric, is the nose of the football across the plane. I think it did. I think that's going to stand as a touchdown.
Not a great camera angle to really see the plane. But the ruling on the field is going to be overturned. So Houston is going to have a successful challenge, keep the timeout, and touchdown comes off the board for Albuquerque.
All that means is you can hand the ball to number 34 to see if he can get his 3rd touchdown of the day. He got you down to this red zone right here. Why not hand him the ball off?
Call it about a stick of bubble gum to get to the goal line. Handoff goes to Fenimore, and he dives into the end zone. He gets his 2nd touchdown on the evening.
And this is something, Eric, that we're going to watch during the season. Fenimore is lining up everywhere. He was in the backfield that time. He's making 3rd down grabs over the middle. He's returning kickoffs for 100+ yards for touchdowns right here. This is a multi-tool talent right here, and it's really cool to see. And let's see how they use him during the season.
Albuquerque back up by 3 scores as Ems adds the extra point, 34-17. Now your score with under 6 to go here in the ball game. Well, folks, we hit that point in time. How many likes do we have on this video so far? It's not enough. Smash that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Make sure you got notifications on so you don't miss a minute of SFL or SFLM action, and help the channel grow through your support. Mike St. Green has no choice but to bring this one out of the end zone, and a good return for him as he crosses the 25 and he'll get to the 28-yard line.
Now for Houston, you want to keep fighting. You want to establish what you need to on offense right here. You never want to give up. That just right now you're going to have to get passes quickly and in abundance.
Yeah, the offensive mindset on the last drive where they were running the football quite a bit. Now is not the time for that, being down by 3 scores once again. Houston's going to come out with 3 wide, offset I formation. It is going to be a carry to Slap. Tries to bounce it to the outside. Is able to break free. for a gain of 8.
Just keep them in bounds right there. It's a little too late to try to run the football here, but I understand you want to try to keep balance and keep the defense, you know, keep them at home, keep them at bay, but you still need to throw the football.
On the ground, churning his feet and bouncing off defenders. He'll eventually get the first down. Short gain, though.
Yeah, so okay, you got your first down now. You need to try to throw the ball in the air. But if you're Lakeman, you want to try to get out of the pocket. You've been really accurate when you can sprint out to the left or right and then throw it over the middle.
Blitz coming. Slap going to get the carry once more, and he will get dragged down here. We hit that time from the no huddle. As Lakeman quickly takes the snap, he's going to fire it. He had a wide open man. Couldn't reel that one in. Off the fingertips of Corky. Third down now.
And you don't want to see that right there. These are great receivers. You got to keep your eye on the football, and you got to help out your team.
Third and 4 now for Houston. Lakeman over the middle, catch, first down, and back to the no huddle. Lakeman looking down the middle again, this time for Parrish, and it's going to be incomplete. Second down coming up. Peace on the catch before that.
And shout out to Albuquerque secondary, forcing Lakeman into a 52.8 QBR rating with 2 interceptions right here, completion percentage under 50. They just did a good job in the secondary today.
Great job in the secondary. Great job all around as they limited Slap quite a bit on the ground as well. Lakeman again into coverage, though, and incomplete. Daniel Valentine in coverage could have had an opportunity at the interception. Instead, it'll be third and long.
And that's what they've been doing. They've been disguising their coverage really well, and it's been catching Lakeman off guard, especially when they don't see those. He doesn't see those underneath coverages.
Forces the Headhunters to go 5 wide on third and long. Lakeman uncorks it. Catch is made near the 10-yard line. Mike St. Green. How many of those has he made tonight?
A lot. And that's just another one.
Lakeman again over the middle. Catch. Touchdown. Houston. Parrish.
And like we said before, Houston can make this a game right here. You get this extra point. You don't have to onside kick it yet, but the biggest thing is you're going to need a stop on defense.
Well, once they got to the point that they started going no huddle, it gave their offense a little bit of needed juice. And again, that's just a mismatch in coverage there. Parrish is going to catch that 10 out of 10 times. And a good job by Houston, but Anthony, you're 100% correct. They're going to need a stop on defense and to get the football back. Albuquerque going to want to chew up as much clock as they possibly can.
And like Eric, we know that they can score points. Now you got to stop the team. You got to get a stop here. You haven't had a turnover, and you're looking for your first one here so you can get the ball back.
Going to line up with the onside kick with just over 4 to go. A little bit of a bobble, but the return is made by Albuquerque out to the 42-yard line.
Almost bobbled it there.
Yeah, definitely a bit of a bobble. Makes you wonder why a linebacker is out on the hands team, but c'est la vie.
So now, like I said, 4 minutes left. If I'm Albuquerque, I'm not forcing anything. I have a good offensive line here. Make sure of veterans and rookies, and I'm just going to run this football.
Albuquerque scored on their last 4 drives as Williams is going to get the carry. It's a gain of 3, and that brings up second down.
And it's not gaudy numbers right here, but Williams on the ground 67 yards, average almost 4 yards per carry here with the 2 touchdowns. Sometimes it's not about all the yardage you can get. It's just about when you use the yardage, when you get them. Is it a first down? Is it a touchdown? Williams have done a great job carrying the football today.
Jive doing a good job milking the clock. And another carry by Taylor as they'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Tackle made by Britton, and the clock continues to roll. 3rd and 7.
The biggest thing right there, the clock continues to roll. That's all you want to do.
Big 3rd down here for Houston. Williams with the carry, and he is going to be stopped short of the line to gain. And they're going to have to get rid of the football. I believe they're in field goal range, possibly for Rob Ems. He's got a big leg, but they'll have to kick it before the 2-minute warning.
And do you call a timeout right here if you're Houston, or it looks like they're just fine with the clock being down? This is a 50-yard field goal. This is no walk in the park right here. He has a big leg. Let's see how accurate he is with longer field goals.
Snap, gets it down. Ems is going to bend it, and it's going to go right down Main Street. 13-point lead now for the Headhunters, for the Albuquerque Adams. But honestly, it doesn't really hurt Houston all that much since it's still a 2-score lead.
Yeah, is getting them off the field as quickly as possible, but the clock is not on your side here. You have a 2-minute warning, and you still have 3 timeouts because you successfully won the challenge. So let's see what you can do.
St. Green with the return, stays on his feet until about the 25-yard line, and we'll toss it over to SFL HQ once more, and Commissioner Cameron Irvine with a game break.
Thank you, Eric. When you're finished in Albuquerque, you can head to Chicago, where Type Attack is getting murdered by Denver's defensive front. Just absolutely brutalized there. 6 sacks for Denver tonight, and they are protecting a 13-6 advantage on the road with 9 minutes to play. Back to you.
Thank you, Cam. Defensive slugfest over there, and a barn burner over here as Lakeman goes back to the air, and it's incomplete. Ball was ricocheting around a little bit. Thought maybe someone was going to come down.
And what you're seeing, and you see in the other game with all the sacks right here, you saw teams invest in offensive line. The team that invested in offensive line, you're going to see them do well later in the season because it's all about protecting your quarterback, protecting your moneymaker, and getting those tough yardage at the end of the game.
Last play before the 2-minute warning, Lakeman is going to find a completion to Corky over the middle. And with 1:57 to go, we've hit the 2-minute warning here in New Mexico.
A good throw over the middle, setting your feet, which we saw this earlier, but good throw by Lakeman.
Good throw by Lakeman over the middle. We're trying to see if Houston is able to keep pace with Albuquerque with time quickly running out on them. Eric Vincent alongside Anthony Ellison in the broadcast booth. Ron Haynes and Rochelle Colston in the stats truck. And we just heard from Commissioner Cameron Irvine back at SFL HQ giving us those game breaks here this evening. As Houston got to go 5 wide now. Lakeman firing towards Parrish's direction, and good coverage again. I tell you what, Keenan Samuels has had an excellent game from his linebacker spot.
Yeah, taking on the assignment to guard a lot of these receivers over the middle, playing that middle zone right there. He has been ready and up for the challenge right there. 7 tackles, 3 assists, and has a sack to show for it as well.
Freezes the clock at 1:53, 2nd down. Lakeman finds his receiver Peace, and we'll see the first timeout of the second half by Houston.
Yep. Make them use their timeouts. Good job by Albuquerque. Wanting to get to the out of bounds, like with the sack, like tackle them inside of the boundaries.
Over 250 yards through the air for Lakeman. Certainly not what Houston was wanting to focus on against this Adams defense. But here they are, down by a couple scores, and Mike St. Green takes a big hit there on the back end by Bryant James, and the Headhunters will call their second timeout.
And what's been very impressive is Mike St. Green just not dropping the football. He has taken hit after hit all day today. Over 145 yards receiving off of 7 catches. It's been phenomenal for him.
That keeps the drive alive. Lakeman throws quickly, looking towards MSG again, but couldn't reel that one in. We've got 1:40 now on the clock.
And as time goes down right here, if you're Houston, you want to keep up with the points, but you also want to build for the next game right here. There's a lot of missed opportunities. You can go back and film it and work on it there, because the biggest thing is for Houston is you want to run the football.
Lakeman going to throw far sideline, but a good deflection there. And that falls incomplete. I think that was Amar Bryant Jr. who had an interception before the first half closed out.
Yeah, it was a similar play too. It's that underneath route disguising it in the slot right there, and you just gotta be careful looking at those reads on the outside.
Third down now. Lakeman, catch made. Mike St. Green again as he's inside the 20-yard line. Houston, no more timeouts. That's their third.
Look, he's doing everything he can. Like, that's the one thing is, like, he has been all over the field right there, being the best target that he can for Lakeman.
Houston's got some good leaders on this team, particularly on offense. DR Sim, Mike St. Green. Josh Slapp is developing into a huge leader in his 4th season here in Houston. As Lakeman will go play action and roll out. He's looking towards the end zone. He's got Corky, and he breaks the plane. That's going to be a touchdown for the Headhunters.
And wait a minute now. With a successful onside kick, we might be raising some eyebrows right here. Good job moving down the field once again. Lakeman getting out of the pocket. He's very efficient. I have not seen him struggle at all when he gets out the pocket and makes the throw right there. Good job. I love the fight in Houston right here. This extra point makes it 6. You can get an onside kick and score to win the game. Anything is possible.
Lakeman hits over 300 yards with that touchdown pass, and it is now a 6-point game. You're absolutely right, Anthony. Onside kick here, recovered by Houston, and it's a completely different ball game, but they got to get it. Otherwise, no more timeouts, no way to stop the clock. Here we go.
This is for the game right here.
Good pop there. Houston able to grab it, but it did not go 10 yards. And that's going to be illegal touching.
You have to be aware of where the ball is. I know that's tough when you're on the field right there, but for everybody watching at home, it has to go 10 yards, and then you can touch it.
More chance now for Houston. Again, gets a good pop, but again, touched before it went 10 yards. So now Albuquerque is going to keep the football.
And I thought that got a little bit further, and that was a little bit scary right there watching it right there. But good job, Albuquerque. Looks like it's going to hold on for the victory. Just needs to run it out, let the clock run out.
That one, you're right, Anthony. That one was a heck of a lot closer. I'm not sure if that didn't go 10 yards, but according to what the referee said on the field, it did not, twice in a row, and Albuquerque keeps the ball, and all they have to do is kneel it out. But want to let you folks know we've got week 2 of the SFL season 24 rolling on tomorrow, and we'll have a pair of matinee games featuring 4 returning playoff teams. Starting at 1 p.m. Eastern, we'll have Baltimore hosting Fort Worth, shortly followed by Sin City visiting Florida. The nightcap begins at 7:45 Eastern Time, and that'll be with Nashville, Carolina, and DC Indy, all right here on the Virtual Football Network. Difference of this ball game, Anthony, the kick return for the touchdown bright and early in this ball game by Kyle Fenimore, and Albuquerque able to walk away with a victory here tonight at home.
Yeah, that kick return was able to force 3 turnovers, that led to points. Those 3 turnovers led to 6 points right there. And look how much they're going to win by. They're going to win by the 6 points because you get points off of turnovers, you capitalize on it, and that's what Albuquerque did. They capitalized. But I would tip your cap to Houston for not quitting. Good job by Lakeman pushing the ball downfield. MSG had a absolutely crazy game right here. So we're going to see these two teams during the season do extremely well.
Look, if you ask me, I know there's been some rumblings that the East Division is the hardest one in SFL land. I disagree. The South Division will always be the toughest division in the SFL, and we've seen it here tonight as Albuquerque takes it by 6 over Houston, handing the Headhunters their first loss. We'll get a final look at the stats for this evening. Anthony, any final thoughts and player of the game, if you don't mind, sir?
So I really love how Albuquerque stepped up on defense for Houston right here. But the player of the game, it's a balanced attack. I would give my tap to Jason Williams. 18 carries, 73 yards, 2 touchdowns. It's just the nitty-gritty yards that he got today. And he got it when he needed. They scored when they didn't need to right there. Good job by Kate Marion. Came out balling like she does right there. Kyle Fenimore added 54 yards catches, but also ran in the backfield for a touchdown. And then that kick return all over the place there. But good job capitalizing on those points and off the turnovers right there for a good football game.
Well, on behalf of Anthony Ellison and Rochelle Colston and Ron Haynes in the Stats Truck, Commissioner Cameron Irvine back at SFL HQ, my name is Eric Vincent. Thank you for tuning in to this presentation of the SFL on VFN. And be sure to take care of each other, take care of yourselves, and we'll see you tomorrow.